This little thing. Oh my god! What? So there is probably no real reason to assume that any freaking one would be able to draw such a weight with a freaking bow.
Initiating.
It is Thursday, I'm down in the studio. I might be here more often for that quality content, and I was very productive the last days. So in this vlog, I will present you my finds. First of all, I redesigned the Archery Release 8. Here are a few ones. These were all the iterations. That's the remaining part of my previous stress test. And as you can see here, it is slightly different. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but this thing is bigger than this one. And if you remember, I used to glue two halves together. Now it's one part. These were 25% infill and these are 100%. So they should be way sturdier. When I did the stress test, the one finger version broke at around 41 kilograms and this three finger version didn't break whatsoever. I was able to lift 56 kilograms, which is 123 lbs. Oh yeah, and one more thing. As you can see here, I made two different sizes. That's the original size right there with an 18mm hole, and this one has a 21mm hole. Yeah, in comparison, it is fairly bigger. I got this request on Etsy and I thought it's a reasonable request. So here we go with a bigger size. Feels pretty sick. One side is of course the shiny side and the other side is, you know, regular side basically. These are the iterations with only I think 20% infill, and here I have a even bigger version compared to the original one. Check this out. That's way too big though. That's just ridiculous. Here I have my scale, so let's go for another stress test because I'm curious. Let's start with around 40 kilograms with a two finger version. Let's go. Let's begin with the first test. What I have here are 40 kilograms. This is gonna suck. With the 100% infill two finger version, small one. Yo, no problem whatsoever. Except my fingers. They already hurt. 42 kilograms. Yup. That was the point where the glued version broke. 44.5. 47 kilograms. Wow! Crazy. That is crazy. 49.5. 52. Oh my god. 54.5. This little thing. Oh my god. What? 57 kilograms. 50 freaking 7 kilograms. This is extremely painful, and I also had to pull it with two hands. So there is probably no real reason to assume that any freaking one would be able to draw such a weight with a freaking bow. 56 kilograms is already 123 lbs. Let's try the same thing with a 25% infill one. Now I'm curious. 57 kilograms. This would probably just snap. Oh god, this is so painful. Yeah, it broke. No chance. That's the glued three finger version. Yup, no problem. So this little thing is probably on the same level, if not sturdier, than this one, and that is simply insane. In my opinion, it's safe to say that this is safe to use. Let's also try the bigger variation. This might be more comfortable to use, but probably not. Not really. Oh my god. so painful. Oh, you can't imagine how painful it is. No problem whatsoever. Let's try the big 3-finger version. Oh my god, I can't do it any longer. It's too painful. Oh my god. This is ridiculously painful. Old version right there. Let's put them aside. Okay, so they are impressively sturdy, and that is just perfect. At this very moment you will still be able to find the old variation, the old version on my Etsy shop. I will keep them online until they sold out. And if you want the new version, then check out my Amazon shop. It might already be online when you see this video, but probably not when they are online available for purchase on my Amazon shop. I will of course link it in the first line of the description. This should be way more user-friendly, no more insane shipping fees, should be Prime. I want to make it available worldwide, or at least in Europe and USA and Canada. Maybe Australia as well, we will see. But yeah, so far I'm extremely happy with the result. 100% infill is definitely worth it. This is simply crazy. And lastly, let's measure up these weights to get an exact reading. So this one weighs 27.5 kilograms and this one weighs 27.7 kilograms. So that is only roughly 55 kilograms. Completely crazy when it gets to my fingers. Extremely uncomfortable, but hella worth it. If you want to see this thing in action, well then check out my next vlog. I will link it right here when it's ready, because as I already mentioned, I will get to this tiny takedown bow out of carbon rods and 3D printed parts, and of course I will use my Archery release aids to fire it. But enough progress for today. Smash that like button the way this 10% infill variation got smashed by the weights. Bang the bell like crap. Check the recent news on ChrisViral.com, and remember, one see vlog a day. Screw that. I need to come up with something better. I will see you tomorrow.